Hello everybody, how we doing? I just got done working out, and so haven't made a video in a little while. I actually just posted one of some of me towing my daughter on spring break. But besides that, I haven't made a video because I've been really sick. I got like this weird I got this weird cold, and then all of a sudden I got like some kind of stomach bug right behind it. So very unusual, but I will say I'm back to the gym, back working out, and while I was in there working out, I was thinking about a few things. Okay, but the first thing I want to talk about is I want to give you guys an update on my ankle, my knees, and everything. Okay, so what I've noticed is. So I haven't had any real arthritis pain in my ankle, and I've had zero pain in my knees. Okay, and when I say I haven't had hardly any pain in the ankle, my ankle feels more. It feels more like it lacks the strength to do what it normally would do before. Okay. Now I do know, so like if I really start to crank on it, and when I say crank on it, I'm like if I'm jumping up and down, for a long time, or let's just say that I decide to go for a run, which I haven't really attempted to go for any kind of run. I've done a little bit of a jog, maybe a block or two, to kind of test the waters a little bit. But I haven't done anything extensive because I just feel like the ankle's not strong enough yet. Okay, if that makes sense. So as far as like overall quality of life and being able to function after having this 2 stem cell injections into the ankle, I'd say I'm probably functioning at about 80%. Okay. That's like you basically can walk around no problem. I can do everything without pain free, and but as far as like athletics and stuff, that's where I have the limitations. Okay, with the ankle. All right, for now. And if anybody watches my channel, they obviously know that I'm not a person that gives up easy, or am happy. I will not. I will make chicken pie out of chicken poo, if you want to say. Okay, so I'm the kind of person that will make a bad situation and try and turn it into a better situation. Okay, and I believe that everybody should try and do that. It just makes you a happier person going forward. Okay. And as far like the knees, I mean, it was really unusual. Okay, so I was having knee pain, and it wasn't based on the skiing either, because I was having the knee pain before I went skiing. Okay, so I would say the knee pain probably started sometime in November, and then it went into December, and then in January, and then in February, and then it was weird because then I started taking the moringa, and the pain pretty much subsided. And as far as the moringa goes, while I was sick, I didn't take moringa this entire probably like the last 5 or 6 days while I've been sick, because my stomach didn't want to put anything in it. Okay, and I think it was just like some kind of stomach bug going around. But and as of right now, my knees still feel pretty good. Like they don't really hurt. Okay, and I'm actually cranking on them. Like today, I cranked on them pretty good at the gym. But then again, being over 40, I won't see that until another 24 to 32 hours. Then I'll start to see how bad I really did crank on things. You know what I mean? Because that's when your muscles start to really, you start to feel that soreness, and maybe I overdid it. Because when you're at the gym, you're like thinking, oh man, I could do everything, and then you overdo it. You don't realize you overdid it until like the next day, and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't move my neck, I can't move my back, or whatever. Okay. So anyway, so that's kind of an update. Knees are feeling good. Ankles about 80%. I feel like one more shot in the ankle might just do the trick. Okay. Okay, now the main portion of this video, or the other part I wanted to talk about, was basically I want to talk about like reinventing yourself. Okay, so while I was in the gym working out, I was doing some sit-ups, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, as we get older and you start seeing the younger people, and they can do a lot of things that you can't do, and then I can do a lot of things that the older people can't do. Okay, but as far as like it kind of goes down to being the cards that you're dealt. Okay, if you don't have the best genetics and or maybe the best willpower, or maybe there's something lacking in your life, you got to ask. You first thing you got to do is you got to ask yourself, what is it that would be the ideal version of yourself? And then what you do is you take the ideal version of yourself in your mind, and then you work toward that. So basically, so if you want to be like a super fit person, and let's say that you're older, okay, and you want to be super fit, and then let's say you look on YouTube videos, you start seeing people that are older that are like super fit, okay, and that's kind of the version that you want to be. Well, the first thing you got to do is you got to say, okay, is this what I want to be, and is that kind of the version that I want to be of myself? And then you work toward that. And it's kind of like me. So being almost 43 years old, I look at I see other guys that are in their 40s, and I would say the majority of the population definitely is probably not as good a shape as I am, because I consistently go to the gym and do those things. But I'm not the version. I'm not 100% happy with the version of my health, or of the way that I look and the way that I feel. So I continue to work harder to try and get toward the version of myself that I really want to be. So it's kind of like it's reinventing yourself. Okay, it's basically saying there's things that you can't change in your life, but why don't you be the best version of who you are, and it'll make you a happier person. Okay, so if you're overweight, or you don't have a lot of muscle on your body, or you just can't function correctly, it's like, well, what are you doing to try and move toward that target that you want to be? Because a lot of times it's the journey that matters, and not the end result. Okay, because if you go back and you like watch my video on hope and stuff, it's always about the journey. The journey is exciting. The journey to where you want to get, that's the fun part. That's the part, because it's so challenging, and you fight. It's kind of like, have you ever seen that movie Survivor? Okay, if you watch the movie Survivor and you see these people, they go without food, they're hungry, they rob their body of all the things that it wants, and it breaks them down to where they actually emotionally they break down, and physically they break down, and but in the end it brings a better version of who you are, because sometimes you have to make those sacrifices in order to find out who you are deep down, and what it is that makes you who you are and makes you tick. Okay, so I get the gist of it is that, and like I continue to say in a lot of my videos, if you're not happy with the version of who you are, what are you doing to make the difference? What are you doing to make the change? And and if you are making the change, that's great. And remember, this is a marathon. It's always a marathon getting to where you want to go, because you didn't get this way overnight. You're not going to be this super muscled, fit, athletic stud overnight as well. Okay, if you're out of shape. So but over time, it's like you'll start seeing these small changes, and it'll get you more motivated, and you'll be happier with who you are, and it'll make you a happier person. And in the end, that's all that matters. All that matters is, doesn't matter how you look, doesn't matter how you feel. It matters your happiness level and what makes you happy. Okay, anyways, I hope everybody's doing great. I'll continue to post some videos, and I'll continue with the updates on the stem cell injections as well in my updates, and then we'll just kind of go from there. Okay, all right, you guys, I hope you guys are having a good year, and get ready for summertime, because summertime is fun time. All right, guys, see ya, bye.